Let me tell you something uncomfortable. Most people try to become attractive by performing. They change how they speak. They copy confidence. They imitate charisma. They chase attention. And the result? Desperation disguised as confidence. Real attractiveness doesn't come from performance. It comes from stability, from emotional control, from responsibility, from self-respect. The Stoics understood something modern culture ignores. Attraction is not about being impressive. It is about being grounded. And grounded people are rare. Today, I'll show you 7 Stoic ways to become more attractive. Not louder, not flashier, but stronger. If you apply these, your presence will change, without you chasing anyone. 1. Radical responsibility. This is where attraction begins. Responsibility. No blaming your childhood. No blaming your ex. No blaming society. No blaming bad luck. A person who takes responsibility becomes steady, and steadiness feels safe. Safe does not mean boring. It means reliable. When you admit mistakes without excuses, something shifts. Your energy changes. People feel it. Most individuals defend themselves constantly. They justify, explain, redirect blame. A Stoic does something different. They say, "I was wrong." No drama, no collapse, no ego protection. That level of accountability creates respect, and respect is the foundation of attraction. 2. Emotional self-control. Nothing kills attraction faster than emotional instability. Explosive reactions, passive-aggressive silence, jealousy disguised as care, neediness disguised as love. Let me be direct. If you cannot control your emotions, you are not attractive. You are unpredictable. And unpredictability does not create desire. It creates anxiety. The Stoics trained emotional control daily. Not suppression, control. There is a difference. Suppression buries emotion. Control observes it and chooses response. When someone insults you and you stay calm, that's power. When tension rises and your voice doesn't, that's strength. Calmness under pressure is magnetic because it signals security, and security is rare. You don't need to dominate a room. You need to regulate yourself inside it. 3. Disciplined lifestyle. Discipline is visible. You can see it in posture, in speech, in punctuality, in consistency. When someone keeps promises, especially small ones, it builds trust. Trust builds attraction. Most people operate by mood. If I feel like it, if I'm motivated, if it's convenient. A disciplined person operates by principle. They train when they don't feel like it. They show up when it's inconvenient. They keep their word when it costs them. That creates gravity. Gravity pulls. And here's the emotional truth. Deep down, people crave stability. They crave someone who doesn't collapse under inconvenience. Discipline is not rigidity. It is reliability. And reliability is rare. If this resonates, subscribe. Not because you need motivation, but because you value structure over chaos. 4. Respect and boundaries. Respect is attractive, but so are boundaries. Most people confuse kindness with compliance. They say yes when they mean no. They tolerate disrespect to avoid conflict. They sacrifice dignity to be liked. That is not attractive. A Stoic respects others, but never abandons self-respect. You listen fully. You don't interrupt. You don't belittle. But you also don't tolerate manipulation. When you calmly say, "That doesn't work for me," without anger, without apology, that is strength. Boundaries create clarity, and clarity reduces drama. Attraction grows in environments without chaos. 5. Physical presence. Now let's talk about the physical side, but correctly. Not genetics, not perfection. Presence. Your body speaks before you do. Posture, eye contact, movement. If you walk into a room looking uncertain, rushed, scattered, people feel it. If you move deliberately, stand upright, hold eye contact without aggression, people feel that too. Physical presence reflects internal order. Slouched posture often mirrors insecurity. Restless movement mirrors anxiety. Calm body language communicates control, and control communicates confidence. You don't need to look intimidating. You need to look grounded. 6. Care of the body. Taking care of your body is not vanity. It is discipline expressed physically. Train your body, not to impress, but to strengthen. When you build physical strength, something psychological shifts. You carry yourself differently. You tolerate discomfort better. You respect yourself more. Hygiene matters. Clothing that fits properly matters. Energy levels matter. Not because appearance is everything, but because neglect communicates indifference. And indifference is not attractive. A Stoic treats the body as a tool, maintained, not worshipped. 7. Quiet confidence. This is the synthesis. Quiet confidence. No over-explaining, no bragging, no competing for attention. You don't need to be the loudest. You don't need to prove intelligence or wealth or dominance. Quiet confidence is knowing your value without announcing it. It is speaking slowly, listening fully, reacting deliberately. There is something deeply attractive about someone who does not chase approval, because it signals independence, and independence signals strength. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that approval and criticism are both temporary. When you understand that deeply, you stop performing. And when you stop performing, you become real. And real is rare. Attraction is not about tricks. It is not about lines or tactics or dominance displays. It is about character, responsibility, emotional control, discipline, respect, presence, physical care, quiet confidence. When those align, your energy shifts. You stop chasing attention, and paradoxically, you receive it. Not because you demand it, but because you are stable. And stability is powerful. Here's the uncomfortable reality. Most people try to look attractive. Very few try to become solid. Be solid. The rest follows.